Let's get some grit. Hey guys, welcome to another Mind Right Monday. Was that exciting enough intro for you? So we've got asked by a lot of people about having this grit mindset, right? What does that mean to be able to just persevere through whatever blocks or fear or insecurities are standing in your way? Well, that's kind of what we're going to talk about today. Because having grit and being in a grit mindset means that you're not afraid to get dirty. You're not afraid to work. You're not afraid to keep moving. And if you are an entrepreneur, or if you're self-employed, or if you're trying to make any change in your life whatsoever that is going to be challenging the status quo, that is going to challenge the comfort and safety and stability of what you know, you're going to need a grit mindset. So let's talk about 5 different ways you can get into that kind of mental mindset, starting with the first one, which is we need to adopt a growth mindset. So the first part of a grit mindset means that you don't have a fixed mindset. Now, this might seem counterintuitive because when you have grit, you have to have a destination. You have to have a goal. Just like if you were running a marathon, right? 26 miles that you're just constantly going, that each mile you cross, you know you're one more down closer to that goal. So having grit, we actually have to have a destination to run in. If you don't know what it is you're trying to create or to desire or to accomplish, then my tips aren't going to help you much today. But once we know that destination, we absolutely need to have a growth mindset when we're walking the path. What I mean by that is that we have to not get fixated on I know it all. Because when we have a destination that is opposite of what we know, walking this path means that we're walking the unknown. And if we bring our arrogance and our ego and the I know it all attitude to this journey, you're going to miss the lessons and the opportunities that are going to allow you to get to success. So adopting a grit mindset also means that you have to have a more of a growth mindset, to not be so rigid in the way that you're thinking and be willing to challenge anything in your way on the way to that destination. All right, let's go to the next one, which is find purpose and meaning in what you're doing. All right, to have a grit mindset, meaning that to get you from where you're at to accomplishing where you want to be, we absolutely have to have a purpose of why we're doing this. They often, in personal development world, they always ask the big why. Like, what is your big why? What is your motivator? You know, if your big goal is to lose 100 pounds, well, that's going to be a lot of habits changed. You're going to have a lot of struggles in between that destination and where you're at now. So when we have to find purpose, well, why am I doing this? And it can't be, well, because I'm going to feel better or look better. That why isn't deep enough, grounded enough, strong enough to allow you to have that success. So you need to find purpose and meaning in the reasons of why you're moving towards that destination that are going to inspire you every step of the way. So take it deeper. Really ask yourself, why are you doing this? And when it comes to I deserve it, because that I know I'm capable of it, because if someone else has done it, so can I. Right? These are going to be a lot more grounded. You're going to feel more inspired when you think of that versus I have to, I must, I need to. You get it? All right, let's go to the next one, which is adopt an optimistic mindset and have a little hope. Research has found that hope and optimism are both absolutely essential components to helping you overcome and achieve those things that you desire in your world. See, when we have hope, when we're optimistic that it's going to work out, when we face those challenges, that adversity that really pulls on us, that causes us to feel weighed down or struggle, what we typically do is that we're going to find the path of least resistance. We're going to move like water. We're going to try to find a way to get through this with as minimal hurt or hardship as we possibly can. However, that isn't always the best direction. Sometimes that water is going to lead you down to the old way of doing things, and you're going to end up starting over where you left off. So now we have to really think about for a moment here what these struggles and just trust and say, I know, I hope, I feel, I can get through this. And when we have that hopeful, optimistic mindset, you know it's going to work out. You know you're going to get better. You know you're going to get stronger. And you believe that. You have faith in that. And just having that mindset is going to truly help you when you're faced with those hardships, those walls and those blocks that are going to force us typically to go back to where we were, to start to climb over and be willing to continue on the road. All right, here's my next one, which is practice, practice, practice. Hard work develops resiliency, and resiliency is what you need to succeed. All right, there is no escaping practice. Is that if you are going after this new direction, this new goal, and having this new objection for your life, is that we're walking the road less traveled, meaning that there's so much unknown, and there's going to be times that you're going to fail, and there's going to be times that you're going to stumble. Having grit means that you recognize when you veered off the path, when you moved into avoidance, when you moved into procrastination, when you moved back to the old pattern, and instead of saying, oh, it's hopeless, it's all over, I failed, having grit means you go back on that and you have that emotional resiliency saying practice makes perfect. That's what's going to lead me to success. I fell off the horse, I get back on. We go again. I fell off the horse, you get back on, you go again. Grit is that relentless movement towards that destination. It doesn't mean that you're not going to veer off. It doesn't mean you're not going to stop. It doesn't mean that you're not going to get hurt, and it doesn't mean you're not going to fail. It means that even in the face of those things, you're willing to still move forward. And the more you continue to move forward, the stronger and more resilient you'll become, the tougher you'll become, and the more likely you're able to get past those obstacles with less interference or distraction when the next one arises. All right, this leads me to my last one, which is get help. Accountability is key. All right, guys, so this last one really is about recognizing a lot of times you can't do it alone. I wish I could say that you can just accomplish greatness and never have any outside influences, but the reality is you don't know what you don't know. We need guidance and support and tips and tools from people who have already been there, done that, who have already accomplished these things or have faced these adversities. And so as we're walking that path and we hit up against something, having an accountability group, having someone who's holding that higher vision for you or with you is going to constantly tell you, dust yourself off, get back on the horse and go again. And we really want to create a society or create a team of people to help us continue to have that grit mentality, to continue to persevere forward, especially when it gets tough, because it will. Because change requires work. And happiness requires training. And you always have a choice. It's your choice to have that fixed, limited, narrow mindset, or to have grit and have toughness and to be willing to persevere no matter what. Have that vision. Find meaning and purpose in what you're doing. Ask and solicit for help. Be willing to constantly build that resilience. Remember, practice makes practice makes perfect. So all of those things together are going to keep you in that tough set mindset. Remember, manage your mind. Your mindset matters. And if you're not watching out, you can sabotage yourself very, very quickly, whether it's consciously or unconsciously. And if you're like, Bonnie, I'm always self-sabotaging myself, then you absolutely need to call me. I promise you, I have the academy, the skills, the know-how. If you need someone to help you get to that destination and you're like, I don't know who to call this girl, and we'll help you work through it every step of the way. All right, until next time, mwah! Did you enjoy this week's video? I sure hope so. I have a special gift just for you. Right now, you can get 7 days free of my 21-day emotional detox. What is that, you ask? Well, it's only an amazing habit-building, habit-busting program that you can start to become more mindful, more intentional, and have stronger self-worth and confidence in 10 minutes or less a day. What? No credit card required, absolutely free to sign up. Just click the link below and join us, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, I'm Bonnie Kelly.